Italian Spelling Rules, Part 2. In this lesson, we'll talk about the third and fourth group of words that are at risk of spelling errors. The third group is made up of words that contain the sequences gna, gni, gno. Campagna, ingegnere, ingegnoso. With this group of words, it's very easy not to make mistakes. You must never write them with an I. The only exception is compagnia, and you can remember it easily because unlike the words I mentioned earlier, in compagnia the I is present in the sound, it is heard, and it is also stressed. One last doubt remains. For the first person plural of the present of the verbs ending in gnare, like sognare, and a few verbs ending in niere and nire, such as spegnere and grugnire. Should we write them with or without the I? Sogniamo or sogniamo? Spegniamo or spegniamo? Grugniamo or grugniamo? We can write them both ways. If we include the I, we respect grammar, because as we know, the first person plural ending of the present indicative is iamo, cantiamo, vediamo, dormiamo. If we don't include the I, we respect phonetics, because in pronunciation, the I isn't heard in these verb forms. Sogniamo, spegniamo, grugniamo. In short, we can write them both ways and it will always be correct. Grammar and phonetics, one all. The fourth group of risky words consists of words that contain these three sound sequences: ce, ge, and she. Words in this group are particularly tricky because their pronunciation is identical whether they are written with or without the I. We pronounce the she in coscienza and the she in pesce the same way. However, coscienza is written with the I and pesce is written without it. Why? Again, as in many other similar cases, the reason lies in the history of Italian and its derivation from Latin. While coscienza comes from a Latin word that had the I, in conscientiam, pesce comes from the Latin word piscem, which did not have the I in the she sequence. In general, there's no fixed rule to tell us whether a word is spelt with ce, ge, and she without the I, or with cie, gie, and scie with the I. For example, sufficiente requires the I, while innocente does not. Argiera takes the I, while leggera does not. Cosciente takes the I, while conoscente does not. Can we bring some order to all this? Yes, because the words with cie, gi, and scie that are spelt with the I are relatively few. Let's start with the words spelt with cie. The ones you're likely to encounter or need to use include arciere, artificiere, beneficenza, bilanciere, cielo, grattacielo, cartuccera, cieco, ciecamente, coefficiente, crociera, deficiente, inefficienza, efficienza, inefficienza, efficientismo, lanciere, mosca cieca, prospicente, società, societario, socievole, socievolezza, specie, sottospecie, fattispecie, sufficiente, insufficienza, sufficienza, insufficienza. Two words, pasticcere and pancera, can be spelled with or without the I. All other words with the sequence ce are written without the I. Among words with she, only very few include the I. These are scienza and all words related to it, such as scienziato, scientifico, antiscientifico, fantascienza, fantascientifico, onnisciente, onniscienza, and finally, uscire. All others, sce is spelled without the I. The list of words with GIE that include the I is even shorter. Igiene, igienista, igienico, antigenico, formaggera, reggera. All other GIE words are written without the I. Now let's talk about a very particular case involving ce, ge and sce, the plural of words ending in cia, gia and scia. What is the plural of arancia, biscia and ciliege? Should it be arance, bisce and ciliege with or without the I? Modern Italian usage varies, and solutions that were once considered incorrect are now accepted by many grammars and dictionaries. In any case, if you follow this practical guideline, you will never go wrong. If the ending cia or gia is preceded by a vowel, then the plural keeps the I. Camicia diventa camice, valigia diventa valigie. If the ending cia or gia is preceded by a consonant, then the plural does not have the I. Arancia diventa arance, frangia diventa frange. Since this is the case, it's clear that words ending in scia will always form the plural without the I, because S is a consonant. Angoscia diventa angosce, biscia diventa bisce, coscia diventa cosce. Attention! This rule only applies to words ending in cia, gia and scia where the I is not stressed. For words ending in cia, gia and scia where the I is stressed, for example farmacia, bugia and scia, here the I is a real sound. It's heard in the singular and must be retained in the plural, in both spelling and pronunciation. Farmacie, bugie, scie.